Alright guys, Beelam here, back with more. Forbidden West is the next, not even morning, is it? Yeah, it's noon. But I go to work in a couple hours. We have a little bit of time here. So we're going to play some of this, and I think we're going to get into a position where we could finish the game tonight. That would be my ideal goal there. The fucking plants are glitching out, but whatever. They had to restart the game because there was a new software update. System software update. But yeah, I love how it's still there. My my mount. Because I rode all the way over here, realized that there wasn't a fast travel location, and fast traveled to the fast travel location just so that I could save last night. Whatever. Yeah, again, we're rushing through the game. We're nearing the end.
Strange. Well, nothing's stopping me from taking the boat.
I guess I'll listen to podcasts. That's why not.
Everything.
Also, I should open up my notes.
Kevin is going to leave that conversation, go and talk to Marty, and he fills Marty in on his interaction with Betty. He says, I tried to talk to Betty, and she called me a terrible person.
Actually, can you go there on your own?
Like she said, you're a bad person.
I'm assuming you can if you just
and didn't want to talk to me. And Marty's like, what? Why is she mad at you? I don't understand that at all. And Kevin's like, honestly, I don't know. She probably thinks I threw her under the bus or something. I really like Betty. We've had great conversations, so I don't really understand it, but you know, what are you gonna do? Marty says that okay, well, don't worry about Betty. She'll come around. Because like she said, never. Marty says, look, I do think that it's a good thing that I put Betty in Buffalo because I'm convinced that something was in the works to flip the vote against you. When I put Betty on the block in the replacement in the veto ceremony, I saw Tanisha. Her face was like, "Why?"
Who gives a shit?
She was shocked. And when I put Betty up afterward, I saw Moose run to talk to Summer and Tanisha afterward. Right? They ran to them. What were they saying? Right? They were.
Oh, I guess I could have just traveled
because
over.
their plan was ruined. We did it.
Whatever.
I can't wait to go back and watch and see if I'm right and if that was the right move. It's like, yeah, she was shocked because she didn't think it was gonna happen. You did that on purpose, Marty. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I don't have the override? Oh, shit.
They both also again talk about how skeptical of Josh they are because Josh never talks to them. And they think a lot of people will be targeting Moose. They think Moose is kind of going to become a house target pretty soon. So that's that conversation. Now, there's a lot of, hanging out. They're playing hide and seek. They're playing red light, green light. And they're just, in general, hanging out, having fun. Gino and Jace, as we've talked about, as you've seen in the episode, getting a little closer. They've had I've said this before, they've had at least one time a day where they spend an hour or more, maybe 2 hours, just together, alone, chatting, getting to know each other, being a little flirty. Typically, they're maintaining some physical distance, but occasionally they have a little bit of closeness. That's accelerating here on day 10. They are going to be in a group setting, sitting next to each other, kind of like really getting cozy, really getting cuddly, and people are starting to notice. Nobody's really surprised. They've all been expecting this. But they are starting to talk about it. Lena mentions it. They all kind of mention, like, yeah, we kind of figured this was going to happen. This is becoming more and more of a public thing. Gino and Jace. This is how it starts. I imagine this is just going to continue as time goes on. So that's happening there. Now, Kevin is going to go and check in with Kyle. And Kyle is asking Kevin, who would you put up? One HOH. Kevin says, everyone. Kyle's like, good. I love it. Kevin says, at the not you, not Marty. And Kyle says, yes, I agree. I wouldn't put up Marty or Gino. Those are people that I feel good with. And Kyle also says, during the veto ceremony, I saw a lot of people looking scared. Like Summer and Tanisha. They were running around. Summer was talking to everyone. And Kevin lets him know about Betty reaming him out. Kyle is very surprised by that as well. Kyle's like, what? Why is she mad at you? Makes no sense.
Is that her? The living ancestor.
Kyle really
landfall, right?
feeling good about his connection.
Overseer Bohai ordered us to invite you before him should you approach. Please, come with me. Go. Let him know we're coming.
It's her! The diviner was right.
Overseer Bohai. A stranger just walked through the gate.
What's his name again?
I knew
B, right? Bohai.
You do look like so.
Is Alva here? I need to talk to her.
I will consider your request once it is determined what you are. A living ancestor, as Alva believes, or a threat lurking in such a guise.
I am no threat, okay? Back on the mainland, your soldiers fired on me without warning.
So you say, infidel. None of those you engaged survived to bear witness.
I held off on your squad when...
What's his name again? CEO, right?
May I present our honored CO?
So, here she is. Our great mystery. Well, Bohai, what have you divined? What is she?
A mystery indeed, my CO. How can she appear as sober, and yet know nothing of our ways? Are we to believe that a living ancestor was born to this wretched land? An ocean apart from the realm of the chosen? And if so, to what end? I cannot answer. Only she can. But I warn you, no falsehood will satisfy us. Now speak. Why are you here? What is your purpose?
I'm looking for a place called Thebes.
And what do you seek there?
Alva told me a little bit about what you're after. I guess you could say I want what you want. A way to heal the world.
As I suspected. Tell her.
We found Thebes, the final resting place of Ted Faro's secrets. It isn't far, but the way is closed to us. Machine attacks have cut us off from the site. Diviner Alva is there, along with a complement of diggers and soldiers.
Is she all right?
Our scouts tell us that the machine has our people pinned behind their defenses, but they're holding out.
Machines, huh? I can help with that.
Alva told us that you are indeed formidable.
But I have a few questions first.
We will answer what we can.
What kind of machine has your people pinned down near Thebes?
A thunderjaw. We've dealt with them before, but this one is...
Tougher, stronger, and it has black armor.
Yes. How did you...
Doesn't matter. Won't be easy, but I can take it down.
Then destiny shines upon us, as I knew it would. A living ancestor now walks among us, and she will help me attain the secrets of Thebes.
Resupply here if you must. Then on to Thebes at the base of the pyramid in the ruins. We will follow when our scouts confirm you've cleared the way.
To Kevin, and feeling like very comfortable mentioning Marty and Gino again. Kyle's going to kind of explain this later in the night, but Kyle's becoming more and more open to the idea of basically being open about his relationship with Gino and Martin. He's starting to feel like, okay, people are putting us in this group anyway. Maybe I should start to lean into it. And so he's being more and more open about his connection to them, feeling like the more people understand that we are together, the more scared people will be of coming after us, essentially. That's kind of his thought process at the moment. So, Summer is also going to talk with Kevin briefly. They check in. He lets Summer know about Betty reaming him out. He says, yeah, Summer, I tried to get in with Betty the other day because you and Tanisha told me to. I ended up doing the exact opposite, though. I tried talking to her. It did not go well. Yesterday I talked to her and I made a joke about her throwing competitions, and that was a mistake. And then today she got really mad at me when she went up on the block. And I like this about Kevin. Now, I think that we talked about this yesterday. Kevin is putting himself down too much. We heard that directly from Summer and Tanisha, that they like Kevin, they want to work with Kevin, but he needs to stop putting himself down so much. One thing I do like from Kevin, though, and this is something that Steve did very effectively in Big Brother 17, is that is the taking advice. Asking for advice, taking somebody's advice, makes them feel powerful and smart, and like they have influence. And so when Kevin says, and I love the way that he ties this in, he says, I took your advice. You told me to go and get it with Betty. It's not going well. It's my fault that it's not going well. You gave me great advice. It gives this perception of, yes, I am yours to point and shoot, right? So I love that, and so many people do look at Kevin as their beast to shoot. Kyle including us, right? So good stuff there. Summer says, oh, don't worry about Beck, just give it time. That's what I'll say to you, just give it time. Just give it time. They're very funny together here. Kevin's gonna go back to Kyle, and Kyle gives him a pep talk. Kevin says, I just feel like I haven't, like, my place in the house hasn't been carved yet. And Kyle says, well, I'll help you sharpen that axe. Kyle really feeling like Kevin is a weapon that he can use, and very excited about his relationship with Kevin. And everybody not really recognizing the threat that Kevin poses to them, because Kevin is definitely willing to throw anybody under the bus if he needs to. But for now, he's playing his role. Now, Jay and Jess are going to be talking some more. They really just continuing the conversation from before. They're still talking about who Jay should pitch as their target. We only catch like a brief bit of this here, but this is like hours later at...
Volva, I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, you got rid of that machine. But what are you doing here?
There's something inside Thebes that I need. I went to landfall. I met your CO. We came to an agreement, kind of.
And you're going to help us get in?
I guess so. The whole thing was a little tense. There's something off about that guy. And I don't understand what he wants from Thebes. I thought we found the data that your people needed back on the mainland.
That data will take us years to sift through. The CO wants faster results. Aloy, you have to be careful. He's...
There they are. The legacy tells us that Elizabeth Sobek helped the ancestors cast aside all obstacles. And so it has been today.
You have been true to your word. I'm pleased. Thebes awaits us below. Shall we?
Quite an excavation.
Much of this was flooded. We had to pump a great deal of water out. Behold, the door to Thebes.
A door like no other.
Well, you're right about that. It's designed to open for only one man. Ted Faro.
But the legacy tells us that he worked closely with Sobek. He trusted her. Surely she can open the door, and so surely can you.
Not gonna happen. At least not from this side.
You said she was a living ancestor with Sobek's eternal essence.
If I may, Faro, great as he was, did not build his palace alone. We know this from scraps of data we found, the ones that pointed to this location. And we found evidence of passages below. Maybe they were built to aid construction. Or for servants. We can't reach them. The way is flooded and they're too far underwater, but...
Yeah. We can reach them. There might be another way in down there.
You see? With Sobek, there is always a way.
Then do what you must to get us inside.
This point, and they ask, like, okay, so who should I say is my target? Who are my options? That if somebody asks me who my target is, who do I say? My only thought at this point is Summer and Tanisha. And Jess says, kind of jokingly, or my ass, say you're targeting me. So I believe the implication here is that they wouldn't actually be targeting Summer and Tanisha necessarily, but that they might start saying that they're targeting Summer and Tanisha as a way of trying to get people to be okay with keeping them in the game. I like the way that Jay is thinking here. Jay is really trying to consider as many options as possible in terms of what their campaign should be, what their pitch should be, how they should position themselves in the game as, you know, the perception of who they are and who they're coming after and who they're with. Again, though, the problem is that they need to get on it. Today is Tuesday now. You know, the eviction is Thursday. They need to start moving this, because changing perception is difficult as they recognize themselves and they know what a big task is ahead of them, and that sort of intimidates them. But because of that, I think they need to get going as soon as possible. So just a few more things here as we get to close out the day. Moose, Kyle, Marty, and Gino, that 4 is going to check in. Now, of course, Kyle, Marty, and Gino don't really want to be working with Moose anymore, but he's still with them in these check-ins. And Kyle says, look, a lot of people are talking about targeting us. It's going around a lot that the people want to target us. The plan, though, is to take out Jay this week, just win next week. Just keep winning. They keep winning, keep taking out their targets, they're going to be great. He says, by putting Betty up, you really, the fog lifted and you exposed Summer, Betty, and Tanisha. You exposed that they're not really loyal to the 7. The 7 is done. The Seven is out. The Seven is not going to be with us, right? He says that Summer and Tanisha have been exposed. They were going to flip it on us. And you see how many people Summer was talking to today?
Oh yeah, it's
after
like
the
over
veto
here,
ceremony?
right?
Talking to so many people. Not to us, though. Not to us. And Kyle says that Kevin is like ready to go as well. Like Kevin's ready to strike, and I love it. So this is kind of how the game is repositioning here. The Seven, not the Seven has never. We've never seen the Seven come together on the feeds. In the episodes, we never saw them come together either. So I don't even know if they've ever been in the same room together, just making the alliance. But who knows? But the Seven is kind of crumbling away. The Seven is seemingly not going to be much of a thing unless certain people win the HOH next week. But in particular, it's looking like Kyle, Gino, Marty, those three at the very least are kind of pulling away from the Seven. Moose has, Moose is Moose. Moose is Mayhem Moose. He's all over the place. I don't think any alliances exist in Moose's head. He's just ready to go in any direction.
The living area. It's pretty big, too. Let's hope this is the way to the main door, so I can let the Quinn in. Look at this place. It's pretty fancy for a survival bunker. Ah, good. An emergency exit function.
Emergency exit initiated.
The door is open. Destiny is upon us. I knew you could do it.
What's going on?
The CO is preparing to enter Thebes.
Oh, why are you dressed like Ted Faro?
I am Faro, renewed. My essence is the same as his. Across the years, across the generations, his soul is my soul. His will is my will. We are sundered in only one way. I need his final testament, his deepest secrets. And now that the door is open, those secrets are within my grasp. When I have them, I will be complete, as he was. I will have everything I need to save our homeland, and, as Faro did, the world.
Okay. I think there's some confusion here about who Faro really was.
No one knows better than I who he was, who he is. Me. The Renewer, greatest of the ancestors, the man who saved the world. And you. You understand, Sobek. You are her, Pharaoh's harbinger, his assistant. Come, we will descend into Thebes together, as it should be. Bring her the raiment.
Raymond?
As he is Pharaoh, you are Sobek. For an occasion this momentous, shouldn't you wear proper business attire?
Whoa. No. No, I am not wearing that. No way.
You will wear the proper attire to mark this moment.
Or what?
It is said Sobek valued life above all else. Is this true?
Fine. I'll wear your raiment.
Excellent. Shall we proceed? Look at this place. The grandeur.
Pharaoh's domain. Simply breathtaking.
Excellent. Somewhere in here, Pharaoh left us.
Your Magnificence, perhaps we should leave guards behind to cover our exit?
Pharaoh's visage, a monument to greatness.
Truly, my seal.
It's a monument to something, I'll give you that.
The Emperor will heap
I went the
rewards
wrong way.
upon you for this, my CO.
Great risks bring great bounties, Overseer.
Well, I guess that answers what happens if you go that way, because I was
I
asking
think
for
this
last
way might
stream-
lead down.
last time I did this.
Of course. Right.
So hey, this is weird.
Yeah, I tried to warn you.
Yeah, sort of.
I'll explain everything if we survive long enough.
Those certainly look threatening.
Popping.
Statues. The guardians of Pharaoh's domain.
Yeah, there's some weird like pop in when the camera moves.
Those aren't statues. Look out!
Get the CO out of here!
This is just us then.
Yeah, the fun!
Yeah, I'm taking notes here. Might as well start the podcast again.
Josh doesn't feel comfortable with the 7. Josh barely talks game with them at all. Then Summer and Tanisha feel comfortable within the 7 enough that they feel like they should keep riding the 7 for a while. And they are a little bit behind the ball here. They're a little bit out of the loop in terms of that. Herman has always been very, gung-ho about the 7. He said on the episode he created it. But even though he has also been behind in terms of where things are going, the Kyle Gino party group does want to bring him in, so he may kind of have an escape from that, while also being able to maintain that connection to Summer and Tanisha that others are perhaps neglecting. So that's all going on there. Then you have these more wildcard players like Alina, Kevin, Jess, who are all playing similar games, running around, creating individual relationships, trying to get pulled into something. You have JC and Steph, who are together, linked with the Retreat Alliance, which is really what gives Kyle and Gino the majority of their power at this point.
He has decided to return
Honey
to the
Bunch
surface.
seems long gone at this time. I haven't even heard it referenced in a while. So
no more delays. We must
things
proceed.
are shaping up in different ways.
Yeah, just pause.
What is that? A reclining throne, attached to some kind of apparatus. I wonder what it does. An impressive setup. What is it for?
I'm sorry, CO. I don't know. My focus can't read the data here.
What about the living ancestor? Is the data lost to her? Scan the device, if you will.
Made a minor adjustment to the gene therapy regimen and added a new cocktail to treat the symptoms caused by the mutations. Hopefully, there will be some stabilization after the next
Can they see
treatment.
this or no?
God knows what Ted will do to us if there isn't. The early results were so promising. No signs of aging, no cellular degeneration, but now... Oh, if only I had access to my old lab in Bangkok, or my old colleagues, or my old liquor cabinet. Stop it. Got to stay positive. For Kenya.
You saw something. I could tell. Did the data explain what Faro used this device for?
I think he was undergoing treatments to live longer. A lot longer.
Really? Could he still be alive?
Don't be foolish. If he were alive, he would have kept his essence. It would not have been passed down to me. Remember, he was the renewer. Of course, he would have stopped at nothing to grasp the secrets of life and death. But not for himself. Everything he did was for a new beginning. For us, for the Quen. And for his true heir, me.
You know, I'm starting to think you're right. You do have a lot in common with Ted Faro.
I knew you would see, in time. Let us continue. His secrets await.
The next HOH, we say this all the time, especially, you know, in the beginning portions of the season, but the next HOH is going to be huge in terms of where things solidify and how this house locks in to place, because there are so many different directions that this can go. If Kyle and his crew, as they talk about, win the next HOH,
Are we
if they
30
win the
minutes
next
in?
couple
Oh, I
of
didn't even notice
HOHs,
that.
then what they're saying will probably come, you know, to be. They probably will, you know, settle the house in a way that really benefits them, and they will be
Look at all
difficult
this
to
equipment.
to
This is
stop.
the
Getting
end, right?
closer to the heart of this place.
Other people win. If Moose wins, who knows, right? Moose said he's going after Tanisha.
Yeah,
That will kind of
we'll
play
end
into
here, I
what
think.
Kyle and them want, but who knows if Moose
Next episode,
actually
continue
does
on.
that, right?
Thanks for
If
watching.